All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Aussies taking over the NBA. We've got a quick turbo edition today for all you Cavs fans.
Yes.
You've just signed two-way deal, 45-day deal with swingman Deng Adel from the 905 Raptors.
Yes.
Man, this
Good
is big
on him,
news. Man. Well done. He's done it the hard way.
Yeah,
he really has done it the hard way, and he deserves all the effort and praise that he can be bestowed upon him. He's been grinding it out up in Canada, playing exceptionally well in the G League, and getting that two-way deal, potentially playing with Canton Charge, and they do have to convert it to an NBA contract if he is there for longer than 45 days.
Yeah, which is good for him to tie him down.
I think they will. I think they've got enough room at Cleveland at the moment, potentially with moving J.R. Smith on. He could go on to like a 2 or 3 year little deal, $600,000-700,000 a season, 3 year, 2.1 mil, something like that, like a Brokoff style deal. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to bring you some of his stats, what he's done.
Yeah, you can go back to our old pods. We did a couple of pods
about what he was about in college, and
I might repost those on Facebook.
Yep.
And because we were high on him after the summer league, like both of us.
He played so well.
Yeah, for Houston,
and
he looked great.
He's not like a typical Sudanese build.
Nah,
he's pretty
thick,
chunky.
Man.
He's pretty. Yeah. He's got an NBA body, and I think he's even got better.
Yeah. He's 21 at the moment, so I think he's 22 in February. It says here, 6'7", 200 pounds.
He's 6'8" now.
6'8". Well, I think he's getting bigger, and you can only kind of get stronger. Like, I don't think he's gonna lose his athletic ability as he gets bigger because of his dimensions. Like, he's not lanky. He doesn't have that really wiry, wispy build. Man, we were high on him. When we watched him in summer league, and we were probably one of the first ones to really sort of say, look, this guy can really get an NBA deal, and there's a real chance for him. Like Mitch Creek was the other one, and he was the other one that got a little more traction.
He got a little more traction. He's kind of there. Well, he's their centerpiece for the Long Island Nets. He deserves an NBA contract.
I think
he
does as well.
The way he's playing, he's shooting exceptionally well. But I think all the Aussies in the G League are just holding themselves in such. Humfo down at Erie Bayhawks.
Yeah.
Man, he's playing really well, showing some of those moves, and why he was the Rookie of the Year in our domestic league, which is the NBL. But let's go through some of Deng Adel's season stats as we speak.
Yep.
He's played 25 games, averages 13 points per game, 42% field goal percentage. He shoots the three ball just under 32%. Free throws, he's at 77%. Rebounds at 5.4. Assists at just under 3. 0.7 steals, half a block, and a plus minus of 4.4.
Yeah.
So he's really helping the 905 Raptors, or was helping the 905 Raptors to something special. He did get waived by the Raptors, Toronto Raptors, and down on that G League contract, which was guaranteed for the season. But I think he can add a dimension to the Cavs, which I hope he becomes that Covington-style player.
Yeah, sort of not necessarily 3-and-D. I think his game is probably the three ball is just a bit of a deflection, like what would you call it, a misdirection, because he can shoot the three ball, but really his strength when we watched him in the summer league was getting to the rim. And in the post he had an array of off one dribble, two dribble, the drop step, the little flick, the little give and go. He definitely had a lot of NBA moves in his bag. So look, I think at the moment, it's just getting his foot in the door is probably the main part, actually getting there and playing an NBA game now for the Cavs. I think even if, maybe the Raptors didn't really have... They've got a lot of young guys and a lot of pedigree for their production of young guys too. So
I think, he was the standout out the Raptors 905, for sure, leading them in a lot of games. He's kind of, that guy that can play home and away. His stats are the same, road, home. Doesn't matter what it is. He seems to be producing the same. He's one of those consistency guys.
They've been doing pretty well in the G League as well.
Yeah, they have. They have. You know what? In January, he's been shooting at three ball at 50%. Field goals at just a touch under 50. Free throws 100% in the month of January. So he's been building, turning the ball over less, a few more steals, and playing less minutes.
Yeah.
So his efficiency is definitely gone up. And I think that's why they had to make a move. I think he suits that oversized 3 spot, that oversized small forward, and potentially could play a bit of 2 array if you're playing a big 2 lineup.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know who the Cavs have at that small forward. Chetty Osman.
Yeah.
Maybe a backup to Chetty. Some of the other guys getting old, moving on potentially. Channing Frye can play a bit of...
Yeah, but I mean, he's like 37. I mean, Kevin Love is the nailed-on center. You got Tristan Thompson is the other center. Clarkson maybe could play at the 1 and 2. You've obviously got Delhi there. Rodney Hood's probably the other one going down the list. Nawaba, I think, is injured. And then they've just picked up Cameron Payne as well. Yeah, look, I think he can fit onto this roster, but I don't think it really matters. I think somebody's going to pick him up, to be honest. If he somehow gets to the NBA and plays at least a couple of games in the NBA, I think there's more teams that are going to be looking at him. I just think there probably isn't room for a full buyout yet. Like, some of these teams already have that roster that's set up and ready to go. Especially like your really crap tanking teams like Atlanta, and the Knicks aren't really going to go near someone like that. But I could see him fitting into a team, like a middle of the table team that's trying to get to the playoffs, fitting in as like a third choice shooting guard / small forward. Yeah,
giving a bit of injury prone minutes or injury time minutes to guys that are potentially down on players. Obviously, some news out of Cleveland as well. The Pat McCall sign and dump.
Yeah,
Cleveland have been cleared. They've been cleared of that.
Yeah.
So
and that's worked out perfectly for for Zion.
Zion away.
But for Deng Adel too to come in on that 2-way, because their other 2-way, I think, Jaron Blossom game, he's been getting some minutes as well. Like, he's another one that's that sort of third choice, low level type guy.
He's had a few starts when they've seemed to be running into some injury problems, some inconsistent starting games.
Did they waive? I think, they waived Jalen Jones, which was their other 2-way guy. So, that's another big sort of investment in a player, like waiving your other 2-way and signing up Deng Adel. So I think he's going to get minutes this season, sort of. Look,
if not, I think he'll stick with the Canton charge, and then the G League kind of gets wiped every season. So he'll be
just back in the jumble and
back in the jumble. Hopefully, gets picked up by. He could be used. There's a number of teams I think he could be used effectively in at the moment. That really, I don't see anyone at small forward at Minnesota that's of any use. Andrew Wiggins can eat a dick. He's fucking useless.
Yeah,
man, that team has no heart. They got absolutely.
But what have they got to play for? They've got. They just lost their coach. Their coach was a bit of a pain in the ass.
Memphis could be looking for a 2-way swing guy.
Yeah.
Some scoring options, because they have nothing in terms of scoring. It's like the Mike Conley and Pau Gasol show. Some good defense in Jaren Jackson Jr., but could be looking for a bit of a swing man who can pop the 3 ball, but has a good array of inside moves. That the paint's not too crowded. Just kind of Marc Gasol at the elbow, nothing much else. But great news for Australian basketball, man.
Yeah, for sure.
It's moving into a World Cup year. Moving to the Olympics next year. Jonah Bolden hitting strides at Philly. He dropped 80% from 3 ball today, 4 of 5. Delhi playing well. Ben Simmons committing and just being an absolute beast.
Is he going to play World Cup?
I believe so.
Oh, he's committed.
He's not committed. He really wants to play it.
Yeah, I just can't see getting a release from some of that insurance money. I don't think the Australian Basketball Association is really going to want to pay up on a big deal.
I think they will, because of what he can.
It's a lot of money, though, man.
It's a lot of money, but you know what? It's not as if his contract is not secure at Philly. If he doesn't get traded, he's on a max out of rookie. He's on a 4-year, $100 million deal. That is it. It is happening. I imagine they'll sign Jimmy Butler to that other deal. Aaron Baines coming back. Bogut playing so well in the local league just as a rim protector.
Some of the guys in Europe are doing pretty well. Xavier Cooks has been popping up.
Maker.
Yeah, Maker, 7 foot point guard.
7 foot point guard.
Yeah, for sure. Even Maker has been doing pretty well in Europe as well, and a couple of other guys.
The Thonotron, putting in winning performances, and the guys just saying how good he is there. It's
it's a good time. So is Deng Adel actually declared for Australia? Like, have we got any?
Yeah.
100% right. He wants to play for Australia.
He's Aussie. He's Perth. Yeah, he's Australian citizen.
So it says here, like on his wiki page, he settled in Melbourne in 2004, lived in Fitzroy. 14-year-old, played locally for Sunshine Longhorns and then Waverley Falcons. So yeah, I assume he's Australian. Like, I just haven't seen, like, I like to just make sure these guys aren't just going to go, no, I'm going to go play for Sudan.
No one's going to play for Sudan. They're going to want to play for the green and gold, mate.
Yeah, I hope so. Because that makes, that's more work for us, man. Because I enjoyed, like, you and I watched those Summer League games. And we're like, man, Deng Adel's fantastic. Like, he's got to be picked up. Like, even Houston might have been able to use him.
Yeah, Houston would, like, they were just trying to fill that roster spot. And I think they put Rivers in there. But,
maybe not, like, a guaranteed deal. But I thought they might have snapped him up on a two-way and just thrown him on a two-way. But... he went back to the G League and, he's played really well for the Raptors, and the Raptors are doing well. And even some of those performances made me think, man, I'm surprised no one's picked this guy up. Like, he on a team like the Cavs, maybe the Cavs might be a little bit too low for the perfect spot to really raise his game.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
it just gives him NBA experience.
Yeah,
it's NBA
then
experience.
That's perfect for him, especially
it's going to get him seen by some, coaches. They're going to be like, oh, we have got a 15-man roster to fill. I got 800,000 left in cap space. Deng Adel.
Yeah,
and he's going to go, bloody oath, I'm going to sign like a Ryan Brokoff deal. So
that's pretty good. So little breakdown, I guess, and I'll link the old pods that we did with Summer League and some stuff like that as well. In honor of the stuff we've covered for Deng Adel, because
we covered some of his Summer League stuff. We covered some of what he was about, some college stuff. Obviously at Louisville,
he looked good in Louisville.
Yeah,
man.
I think he's bulked up so much,
henched.
But awesome.
Yeah. So it was just a quick little bite-sized
pod.
A little plug for our older stuff that we've already done, so we can look like bosses when we predict that this guy's making the NBA, which is great.
That's right, we are balls.
It's great to see.
Guys, you can find us on all your good podcasting apps. We'll be back with another podcast. I believe we're having a little break for a few days. Benjamin is off away for the weekends, so we're going to be back next week with some more content, some game wraps and things like that. So check us out, and you can find us on SoundCloud. Also follow, like, share and subscribe. Peace out, peeps.
Peace.